studying your last two. I swim med T2200 det styren down to mute and can land a pole that sunk he died.
Now that we've learned about the T2200, it's time to look at the form where the actual employment expense deduction is calculated, the T777, also known as the Statement of Employment Expenses. It's important to understand the relationship between these two forms. The T2200 and the T777 work together, but they serve very different purposes. The process begins with the employer. If the employee is required to pay certain work-related expenses, the employer confirms those employment conditions by completing and signing Form T2200. This establishes that the employee may be eligible to claim employment expenses. Once eligibility has been confirmed, the focus shifts to the employee or the tax preparer. This is where the T777 comes into the picture. Using the employee's actual records, such as receipts, mileage logs, invoices, and other supporting documents, you calculate the allowable employment expenses and record them on the T777. After all eligible expenses have been calculated, the total deduction is transferred from the T777 to the employee's T1 personal income tax return. This deduction reduces the employee's taxable income and may lower the amount of tax payable or increase their tax refund. A simple way to remember the difference between these two forms is this. The T2200 confirms eligibility, while the T777 calculates the deduction. Another important difference is who completes each form. The T2200 is completed and signed by the employer because it confirms the employee's working conditions. The T777, however, is completed by the employee or their tax preparer using actual expense records and the information provided on the T2200. Also remember that the T2200 does not replace receipts. Even with a properly completed T2200, the employee must still maintain detailed records to support every expense claimed on the T777. If the CRA requests proof during a review or audit, these supporting documents become essential. As a tax preparer, think of the process in two stages. First, verify that the employee is eligible by reviewing the signed T2200. Second, calculate the allowable expenses on the T777 using accurate records. Keeping these two forms separate in your mind will make employment expense preparation much easier and help ensure that every claim is supported by the CRA's requirements. Now let's take a closer look inside the T777 form and understand the major categories of employment expenses that can be reported. Rather than thinking of the T777 as one long tax form, it's much easier to think of it as a collection of expense categories. Each category is designed to capture a specific type of employment expense, making the calculation process more organized and accurate. The first category includes general employment expenses. These are costs that employees may incur while performing their job duties, such as office supplies, work-related phone expenses, parking charges, postage, and other eligible expenses. Only expenses that meet the CRA's rules and are directly related to earning employment income should be included here. The second major category covers motor vehicle expenses. If an employee is required to use their personal vehicle for work, this section is used to calculate the deductible portion of those costs. Expenses such as fuel, insurance, maintenance, repairs, and other vehicle operating costs may qualify. However, it's important to remember that only the employment use percentage of these expenses can be claimed. Personal driving, including normal commuting between home and the regular workplace, is not deductible. Another important section deals with home office expenses. If the employee meets the CRA's eligibility requirements and the employer has confirmed the arrangement on the T2200, certain home office costs such as electricity, heating, rent, and internet expenses may be claimed. These expenses must also be allocated based on the portion of the home that was used for employment purposes. The final category shown on this slide is Capital Cost Allowance, or CCA. This section applies only in specific situations, such as certain commission employees who are permitted to claim depreciation on eligible assets under the Income Tax Act. Most employees will not complete this section, so it's important to understand that it applies only when the CRA's rules specifically allow it. One principle applies to every category on the T777. Every amount entered on the form must be supported by proper documentation. Receipts, invoices, mileage logs, utility bills, and other records provide the evidence needed to support each deduction if the CRA requests verification. As a tax preparer, don't think of the T777 as simply entering numbers onto a form. Think of it as organizing employment expenses into the correct categories, applying the CRA's rules to each one, and ensuring that every amount is fully supported by accurate records. This systematic approach leads to accurate calculations and compliant tax returns. Now that we've explored the different sections of the T777 form, let's put everything together by walking through the complete employment expense claim process. The first step is always to confirm eligibility. Before calculating any expenses, review the employee's signed T2200 to ensure that the employer has confirmed the required conditions of employment. Without establishing eligibility first, the claim should not proceed. Once eligibility has been confirmed, the next step is to gather all supporting records. This includes receipts, invoices, mileage logs, phone bills, utility bills, and any other documents that support the expenses being claimed. Good documentation is essential because every amount reported on the T777 must be backed by evidence. After collecting the records, organize the expenses into the appropriate categories. Separate vehicle expenses from home office expenses, office supplies, phone expenses, and any other eligible employment costs. Organizing the information before entering it into the form makes the preparation process much more accurate and efficient. Next, complete Form T777 by entering the deductible amounts for each expense category. Remember that these amounts should reflect only the employment-related portion of each expense. Personal expenses and reimbursed expenses must not be included. Once the calculations are complete, transfer the allowable deduction from the T777 to the employee's T1 personal income tax return. This deduction reduces taxable income and may lower the amount of tax payable or increase the employee's tax refund. Even after the tax return has been filed, the process isn't over. Employees should keep all receipts and supporting records for at least 6 years in case the CRA asks for proof of the claimed expenses during a review or audit. The bottom section of this slide highlights several common mistakes that tax preparers should avoid. Never claim expenses without receipts. Never include personal expenses. Always calculate the correct employment use percentage for shared expenses, such as a vehicle or home office. And never claim expenses that have already been reimbursed by the employer. The key takeaway is that accurate employment expense claims are built on 3 things: proper eligibility, complete supporting records, and careful calculations. When you follow this workflow step by step, the T777 becomes much easier to complete, and your employment expense claims will be accurate, well documented, and fully compliant with CRA requirements.